everybody. Welcome back to PMS, the Perpetual Motion Squad, a Big Bang Theory fan
Uh,
podcast. And we are your hosts, married couple and Big Bang Theory super fans, Kat
and Paul,
and Barney.
anybody that's watching YouTube is sitting there going, "This is why I join in every single week." We actually had a response from on YouTube, and I've got to get that, make sure I get it next time. That actually said that they're actually going to be watching this every Monday rather
Yeah,
than listening to the podcast.
yeah,
And
because we're because
that's
we're a
awesome.
little silly.
But we've actually got 12 subscribers now to YouTube, so yes. 12
Awesome.
subscribers to sit there and watch the hilarity. See more party things. Watch the hilarity of us doing our thing.
I don't know what's so entertaining about watching us, but I'll
Oh,
take it.
we're awesome. How can you not?
Well, we are the cool
Now,
kids.
talking about awesome,
Hmm.
20th of December is coming very, very quickly.
Yes, it is.
And
It
what
yeah,
do we
the date of this recording is the 29th of November and is going to drop on the 1st of December.
Yep, so that means you've got exactly 20 days left to get in for the Christmas giveaway. Now, we have actually got a gift. We're not going
Yep.
to tell you what it is. We found
It's
one.
awesome.
We both think it's awesome.
Yep.
So whoever wins it, now we've actually got officially four people. We're not going to say who they are
Yep.
because we want it to be anonymous because on the day that we actually do the recording, which is Christmas Day, our Christmas Day, your Christmas Eve, you'll be able to see it when it's being done. We're going to put it up on a video podcast. So
Wait,
you
we're
actually,
we're actually doing a recording on Christmas?
yes, Christmas Day we are.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, there goes my plan to sit and drink mimosas and watch Christmas movies all day.
You can watch drinking Christmas movies and watching mimosa all you want. It's all good. But the
He
fact
doesn't let
is,
me have one day off.
oh, the poor lamb. All I'm doing is one day, Christmas Day, because we want everyone to be able to see it Christmas Eve. So we're going to do a video podcast. It's going to drop as soon as we've done it. We're going to drop it. So you'll be able to sit there and watch if you are the lucky one that wins the Christmas giveaway. As I said, there are
Okay.
four people right now. So now you've got until the 20th of December. 20th
I
of
wish I could
December.
enter this because it's really an awesome prize.
Yeah, you can't enter it. Neither can I. Neither can Oliver. Neither can Barney or Pikachu. They can't. Yep.
Even Barney and Pikachu.
Nope. They can't get it. So it is open to the family that is not. I know. Look at the crying emojis. Um, baby. Yes, the hosts are ineligible. Crying cat emojis. Okay. Well, the cat, the co-hosts, the dog, the Barneys, the Pikachus, they are not eligible to win this prize. So we've got four people right now. They know who they are. They've asked to put themselves in the draw. So, and one of them actually sent us an email, or wasn't it? Yes, an email.
Oh,
Somebody
this
sent
was
us an. Oh,
uh,
somebody sent us an email. Sorry, it wasn't one of these. Someone sent us an email.
people have sent us
Yep.
emails. It's
Yep.
all good. And yes, we will be doing them in the mailbag episode, but this one was just too much fun.
Yeah.
Um,
We have
Hi,
to
Kat
mention
and
it.
Paul. You said see you at the Cheesecake Factory. I looked, but I didn't see you there. Maybe next time. Happy American Thanksgiving.
And who was that from?
I hate it when you do that.
I'm not. I'm just wanting to find out who was it from.
Well, Sarah.
Sarah.
Yeah, I hate it when you set me up. It
I'm
sounds like I
so
don't know what I'm doing.
okay. And she also was nice enough to include two pictures of
Yeah, she
herself.
took some selfies in front of a couple of Cheesecake Factory signs, which I just thought was absolutely
Yeah,
beautiful. It was hilarious.
yeah. So I think that is a great email that we got from Sarah. So
Yeah,
we had to make sure that well, obviously we answered her email, but we had to bring it up on the podcast because yeah.
yeah.
And if anyone is wondering, yes, that's a Kiss t-shirt I'm wearing. Have to
Is
wear.
this Final Tour Forever? Was that the real Final Tour?
Yeah, that's the one that I was let loose on with all the money.
Oh, okay. Oh, all right. Slight tangent. Yeah, like we never tangent.
We never tangent
Um,
ever on this
but no,
podcast.
when Kiss came to Adelaide for their end of the road tour, I had been saving up money for months, and I handed Paul an envelope with like $1,000 in it, and he was kind of like, "What's this for?" And I said, "I want you to go into that merchandise area and tell them that you want one of everything." I said, "I don't want you to have to leave anything that you want behind. I don't
Hmm.
want you to have to pick and choose because you only have a small budget." And
Which I did have a small budget, if
and
that had
he,
been.
yeah, and I think he ended up spending of his own money about $250.
Yep.
And the rest of it was covered by the envelope that I gave him. So I was really and so I took myself out to a movie that night so he wouldn't have to worry about parking the car and stuff. So he had early access because of his ticket type to the merchandising area.
Certainly
And
did.
so he went in, he said, "I want one of everything," freaked everybody out because he was buying so much stuff. And he
Yeah.
and he walked out to the car to put it in the boot of the car so that he wouldn't have to worry about carrying it around. And oh my God, you should have seen the grin on that little face. It was beautiful.
Yeah, it was really fun because when I first was standing there and I said one of everything, the girl that was serving me said, Sorry, what? Sorry, what? Excuse me?" And I said, "Oh, just one of everything." So she's like, "Okay." So she's going to get it. And there was a couple behind me that all I heard him say, he obviously said to his wife or girlfriend, "Man, I hope he leaves something for us."
Well, you're only getting one of everything. It's not like there wasn't a crap ton of stuff left.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was very heavy to walk back to the car with
Yeah,
all
yeah,
the
both
stuff.
arms were laden down with
Yeah.
t-shirts and posters and drum heads and
Hmm.
drumsticks and what
I
else?
was
Yeah.
knee deep in everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is nothing that I didn't get that night. So, um, the only thing I didn't
Actually,
get.
it was funny because he called me and he said, after he dropped everything off and I'd left to go to the movies, he says, "Oh, and now I wish I'd bought one of the signed drum heads."
Hmm,
And I'm like, "Well, go back and get one, buy one of the little collectible bags they have, and that's the one thing that you have to worry about carrying around all night."
yeah, which I did. I went
And
and
he was
got the
okay with that.
collectible bag, another collectible bag. So I got two of those, and the signed drum head from Eric Singer. So
Yeah.
yes, but other than that tangent, we are on season 2, episode number
12,
11, 12. Sorry,
the
the
killer
killer robot
robot
instability.
instability.
What do we think about this episode?
I love this episode. It makes me laugh.
This is the first time that we really hear Barry Kripke as well.
Well, this is actually the first appearance of Barry Kripke.
Yeah, well, we've heard his
Yeah,
name,
we've
but
heard of
we
him
actually,
before, but this is the
yeah,
first time we meet him.
yeah. And we also open up the episode where we're actually seeing that Howard's designed a combat robot named Monty, or the Mobile Omnidirectional Neutralization and Termination Eradicator. Monty.
Monty.
And they're basically going to be going in the Southern California Robot Fighting League Round Robin Invitational,
Okay. Or
the SCRFLRRI.
now, the Southern California Robot Fighting League is actually a fictional competition.
Not real. Is it?
No, it's not.
Okay.
However, there is a TV show called BattleBots
Yes,
that
I see
is
that.
a real televised competition that aired from 2000 to 2002 and then was reprised in 2015. This Big Bang Theory episode aired on January 12th, 2009 during the hiatus between the two runs.
Yeah, I've seen that one. The robot, the battle bots. It looks so much fun.
It does look like fun.
Yeah,
I've
to
never
to
watched
enter.
BattleBots, but I
Yeah.
love the whole idea of creating something and taking other people on like
Yeah,
this.
I mean there are some that I've actually watched where they'll start the match and the robots will go towards each other and one is stronger than the other and between it's a bang and a hit and it's all done.
Yeah.
And it's like okay, but there are other ones that actually do go for a while because they're both of equal
Yeah,
desirability.
it's kind of
So
like watching a demo derby.
it is. But I just
Demo
think
derby meaning with cars.
with cars, yeah.
Demolition derby.
But I just think it's hilarious of watching these guys go and build something that they know is going to get destroyed and enter into these
Yeah.
tournaments. So, but of course, as we are seeing, the guys are very excited about this. Um, they decide, well, what are we going to start with? What are we going to kill first, basically? And we find that they originally Raj picks up the magic
Magic
eight
eight
ball
ball.
And Sheldon says, well, no, I already know what's in it. It's a
Tetrahedric dye floating in blue
blue
water.
water. And he goes, oh, way to do a spoiler alert, you know. And he says, and of course, this is where Leonard says, what about the toaster oven? And he says, what did the
And and
toaster
and,
oven ever
and I
do to
love it.
you?
Sheldon's like, well, what did the toaster oven ever do to you? And Leonard says, well, what did Jimmy Mullins what did I ever do to Jimmy Mullins? Yet he still kept hitting me in the face with my own hand.
And giving me Indian
Now,
burns, apparently.
and yep, well, um, no, that he didn't say the numerous, Sheldon did.
Oh, Sheldon did, sorry.
But I'd like to point out that Jimmy Mullins was actually mentioned in season 4 of Roseanne, and it was the same season that Johnny Galecki joined the cast of Roseanne.
Oh. Speaking of Johnny Galecki, we actually watched last night Christmas Vacation.
Which is hard to believe that that's Johnny Galecki because he hasn't filled into himself yet,
No, he
so he
hasn't.
doesn't look like the same person.
Not at all. But yeah, it's hard to believe that
He
watching
that
Christmas
Rusty
Vacation.
grew up to become Leonard.
Yeah, Russ. Yeah, Rusty.
Yeah.
Yeah, became Johnny Galecki. So yeah, it's really, really hard to watch that and go, oh my God, it's Leonard in the back seat.
Yeah, you just don't see it.
But
But
there are some glaring problems with that movie that you don't think of.
let's
Yeah, you don't think of it until you watch it again.
yeah.
But that will always be one of my favorite Christmas, well, a favorite, not one of my favorite, but a favorite Christmas movie of mine. So
Yeah, it's one of those that Paul always has to watch every year. So I'm thankful that we got that out of the way early. So I'm sorry, I don't like that movie.
well, we watched Miracle on 34th Street on Thanksgiving,
Yep.
and we were lucky that someone on YouTube videoed the entire Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade. So we watched
First
that.
time I've actually gotten to see the parade in over 12 years.
Yep, from beginning to end.
Yep.
We used to have to try and find it in like segments, but
Yeah.
we were lucky that we got it the entire parade
Yeah,
from
I
beginning
mean
to end.
she was close to the Radio City Music Hall, so
Yeah,
we didn't get to see a lot of the performances that people did. You
yeah,
know how they in on TV they stop in front of Herald Square and they dance or sing or whatever. So
mm,
we didn't really get any of that, but I'll take it.
yeah. I would definitely take it because it was fabulous. We got to see the Thanksgiving Day parade.
And happy Thanksgiving, American Thanksgiving. Hope
Yes.
everybody had a nice one.
Happy Thanksgiving to those of you who celebrate it like we do. So,
Paul and I celebrated it, and we had a nice turkey breast, slow cooked turkey breast with baked sweet potato and gravy,
and tomorrow night we
and
are having,
butternut squash and sweet potato soup.
yep, which we're having tonight.
Yep.
But tomorrow night we are having
Oh yeah, the B to the R to the to
I
the
to the
S
K, to
to
the
the
E
E
to the
T.
D.
Yeah, I'm making a slow cooked brisket for Paul's last day of freedom of his annual leave. And he goes back to work on Monday.
Yeah, I got to go back on Monday. So when this drops, I am well and truly at work now.
So for two
And
weeks, and then he gets Christmas off.
yeah, I've got to go for 2.5 weeks. And then I have from the 19th of December until the 5th of January
But
off.
but yeah, but I'm making a nice little brisket, slow cooked. I'm going to slow cook the brisket for over 24 hours for him.
So we're having a brisket party, everybody.
Yep.
So after we see that Sheldon lets loose with Monty on the toaster oven.
And I'd like to point out that when
Yep.
Monty attacks the toaster oven, electrical sparks fly from the oven,
Yep.
yet it's clearly unplugged.
Yes, it is.
Sparks would be caused by a rapidly spinning metal blade slicing through metal, so you might get some sparks, but not like what you had if it had been plugged in, you should have gotten those kind of sparks.
Yeah, because on the front of Monty, it's got a circular saw.
Yeah.
So when it cuts through that, you can see that, metal on metal
Yeah.
would create a spark.
Yeah.
But so after, and I love how Leonard's putting the toaster oven down on the ground saying, sorry, little nerd, you were just in the wrong boy's apartment at the wrong time.
Yeah, the wrong
So,
boy's room at the wrong
yeah.
time.
So they slice through that and completely destroy it. And Raj is like, okay, what's
What
next? Now, the
next?
next scene we see is Penny is
Is
walking
Penny's coming
upstairs.
up the stairs talking on the phone, and she's like, "Oh, I think I'm just going to stay in and do laundry tonight." And then Monty comes crashing through the door, and she screams, throws her phone in the air, and runs back down the stairs.
That is one of the best scenes of this
Uh,
episode.
It's one of the best
Absolutely.
scenes of the series.
Yeah, I love it when she throws the phone up and runs down the stairs. So the next scene we see after the credits is that Penny is like, Howard is inspecting the front door of the boys' apartment and going, "Oh yeah, this got the full Monty." And we're seeing that Penny is walking up the stairs going, "Leonard, what the hell?"
Hell.
And he goes, and of course, the fact that it almost killed Penny.
And well,
So
he's like, we'll kill a robot. And she's like, yeah, it
it
almost
already
killed
killed
me.
me. And I like it how Sheldon comes back with, if it wanted to kill you, you'd already be
You
dead.
did.
And we're seeing it drive back into the apartment, and this is where Penny says, what is it? And this is where Sheldon says about the fact they're trying to enter the Southern California Robot Fighting League round robin invitational, and because he
And
goes,
he's like, you
you
know
didn't
about this?
know?
And she's like, well, ever since I moved my mail, not all my mail gets forwarded.
But this is where Howard decides to start flirting with Penny.
And he's like, yeah, you should come.
Yeah,
There's
there'll
the
be dancing, there's a
competition,
banquet,
and there's a banquet, and there's a dance after. Maybe you could come with me. I know the guys would be excited to see an actual girl.
and I like it. She goes, "Okay, so if I'm the only girl, how are they going to be dancing?"
Okay, so you're the only doable girl.
Yeah, and this is where Leonard comes over and says, "Howard,
No.
I really need your help." And this is where he starts going the old, hang on a minute, we've Penny and I have just started our dance, our attraction sort of dance. And as Howard says, um, the fact that it's nice that we're taking our time to get into the relationship, but eventually we're going to have to eat the entree while it's still hot.
Oh, okay.
We're toing and froing.
Okay. So, Howard, once again, Penny and I have begun our little tango, the carnal repartee, the erotic to and fro. But as delicious as the appetizer might be, at some point we have to succumb and eat the entree while it's still. And he licks his thumb and he sticks it on his arm and he says, hot. Leonard's like, I'm begging you, stop talking. Penny, normally I can just ignore you. I get it. You're a little peculiar, like Sheldon. And I love Sheldon's line, excuse me, Penny, but in this room, you're the one who's peculiar. And she's like, yeah, okay, fair enough. She's like, but back to you, Howard. I know you think you're just some kind of smooth talking ladies' man, but the truth is you're just pathetic and creepy. And then Howard's like, what are you saying? It's like this is not obvious, right?
Yeah, it's not obvious, Howard.
And this is where Penny just it's the final straw.
Yeah, she's broken by this stage.
And I have to say, I don't disagree with this line.
No.
I'm saying it's not a compliment to call me doable. It is not sexy to stare at my ass and say, "Ooh, that must be jelly because jam don't shake like that." And we are not dancing a tango. We are not toing and froing. Nothing's going to happen between us ever. Oh, wait a minute. You're serious. You're not flirting. Flirting. You think I'm flirting with you? No woman is ever going to flirt with you. You're just going to grow old and die alone.
Oh.
And you can just hear the cast and the audience just like,
Oh,
ooh.
yeah, she really hit a nerve.
Okay, well, it's not just that. I mean, yes, she did cross a line. I'm not going to say that she didn't, but honestly, he deserved it because that's the only way to get through to him.
Yeah, because you see that Howard then starts to walk towards the apartment door, and this is where Leonard goes, "Howard, where are you going?" And he goes, "I'm just going to go home to live my creepy, pathetic
Pathetic
life,"
life.
and walks out. And this is where, they're like, Howard, as long as Howard, Sheldon's standing there, Raj is sitting next to Leonard on the arm of their sofa, and they're like, "Wow." And as Penny
And
said, someone had to say it,
yeah, and
it had
she's
to be
not
said.
wrong.
Yeah. And this is
And
where
and it because emotionally defending yourself and putting up your barriers against that kind of constant energy is exhausting.
it would be.
It is.
And the
Trust
fact
me.
that Penny has to deal with it every single
Every
time,
Yeah.
that Howard's in the room,
And then Raj whispers something to Leonard, and Leonard starts to laugh, and she's like, "What?" And
Yeah,
Leonard's
she's
like, "Well, maybe we should enter you in the competition, the killer robot."
robot competition. So then the next scene we see is Howard, very hurt and depressed, sitting on his bed, thumbing through.
I thought we went to the Caltech first.
Nope, not
Oh,
yet.
okay.
Howard's laying on his bed, is in his bathrobe. He's thumbing through his comic books, and this is where the phone is ringing, and of course Howard's mother ring.
Howard, the phone's ringing.
And I like it how he goes, I can hear it. Maybe do something like answer it, and well, he yells back, answer it. Anyway, she picks up the phone, and she says, "It's your friend Leonard. He wants to know why you're not at school today."
I don't go to school, Ma.
I work at a university. And she comes back and she goes, do you want him to bring your homework home? And he goes, I don't have homework. I work, for God's
I'm a
sakes, I work at
grown
a university.
man.
I'm a grown man. I work in a university. And then it comes back with, would you like me to get you a um
Popsicle.
a popsicle? And he goes, cherry,
Cherry.
please.
I
And she
ate all the cherry. There's
is
only
like,
the green left.
that's right, the line, yeah, the green left.
You
And he
make me
goes,
want to kill
kill
myself.
myself. And then that conversation switches over to Leonard listening on his phone in the Caltech cafeteria, and he's like, and he says to Howard, as he says to Raj and to Sheldon, I don't know. Now they're just arguing about popsicles.
Popsicles.
So he hangs up the phone, and this is where we are introduced to Kripke. And Kripke comes in and says about the fact that you guys I hear that you guys are entering a robot and he says it really, really quickly, and I cannot say it as fast as he does. He says, the Southern California Robot Fighting League Round Robin Invitational, aka SCRFLRRI.
Okay, now Kripke obviously has a lisp
He does, yes.
and struggles with the letters R and L.
Yeah.
Yet in California and Crippler, he actually pronounces them properly.
He doesn't though that say the
The
Quippler?
R, no, the R in California and the L in Crippler. So the Quipke,
Quippler.
Quippler.
Quippler. Yeah.
Yeah,
But he
they, I
can't
mean,
say the R's. Yeah.
no, he did say the R. Or no, he does have issues with
Yeah, because he can't say crip key. He says quip key.
Quipke.
Yeah. And
And
the quip
then
key quippler.
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 So sometimes he can, sometimes he can't.
Yeah. It goes backwards and forwards. And he does say the fact that maybe there'll be a situation where, we could actually settle this because there's no guarantee that we're going to go up against each other going through the different rounds. So maybe we can basically settle this, robot to robot. And because
Yeah.
Sheldon's like, um, what do you have in mind? He goes, well, how about we meet in the science lab or the chem lab tomorrow at 3 o'clock, as in basically a
Yeah.
throwdown fight. And this is where Raj says, Leonard, sorry, try that again. Sheldon says, we will be there. So, okay. This is where the next scene we see is that Leonard's going over to Penny's apartment. And he knocks on the door and he says, can I speak to you for a moment? She goes, yes. He walks in and he goes, I need you to apologize to Howard. And
Get
she
out.
goes, get out. And he goes, come on, and he says, he's been in his bed for 2 days. And she comes back with, yeah, with a blow up doll, possibly. And he
It's
goes,
like,
what?
no, what?
Well, it doesn't matter
Okay.
who he's doesn't matter who he's in bed with. But the fact is that he says the fact that you hurt his feelings, and she said, well, someone needed to say it. They needed to be hurt,
And
and
she's not wrong.
yeah, but she really did cut Howard to the bone
She
with
did, but
regard.
unfortunately, with people like him, that's the only way to even start to get through. And spoiler alert, we find out at the end of the episode, it still didn't get through to him.
Did it?
I'm halfway to pity sex.
Yeah, but not with Penny though.
Oh, that's exactly who he was talking about.
You really think after? Okay, we'll get there. But you really think that's what he was thinking?
Hmm.
No, I don't. I'm thinking
Yeah.
completely. I'm
Well,
saying
who else would be wanting to give him
any
pity
woman,
sex?
any
No,
woman,
no,
any woman.
no, no.
It wouldn't be directed at Penny. He
Yes, it
already
was.
knows that there's no chance with Penny.
No, see, that's the thing. He doesn't get it.
So he's that absent-minded that he actually
Not
believes.
absent-minded, single-minded.
All right, so he literally believes that after what happened with him and Penny, that
She's
she's
gonna
going to
feel
turn
so
around and,
bad that she'll turn around and give him sex.
oh, God's sakes, no.
Yeah,
I don't believe that
I do.
one little bit, but we're going to
Okay,
get to that.
gang, it's up to you. We need your comments on this one.
Yeah, please give us this comment. When we get to the end, I want to ask the family to get this one sorted out because I don't believe this at all. So, as we're getting backwards and forwards between Penny and Leonard, Leonard says, well, do you remember the day that you told me that you owe me one? And we find out that it was the day that Leonard and Sheldon went to pick up her TV from Kurt. And Kurt, being obviously very physically dominating, ends up by Sheldon and Leonard returning home with no pants.
Yeah. And she's like, I really don't want to. And he's like, I had no pants.
Yeah, and she's like, "Oh,
Fine.
okay."
I'll go
So
tomorrow.
we see that she's going to go to Howard's house to apologize. And so the next scene we see is we're in Howard's bedroom and he's doing something on the computer and we're hearing that his mother says there is a girl here that wants to come and talk to you, Patsy. And he's like, "Who?" And she goes, "Oh, now she's saying Penny." And he's like, "No, no, no, I don't want to talk to her." And then all of a sudden Penny comes his room and he's like, "Mom." And she says, "Well,
She ran
was
past
she
me.
ran
What was
past
I
me.
supposed to do? Tackle
Tackle
her?
her." So this is where Howard starts telling Penny about all his failed romances that he's had.
Marcy Grossman, Marcy
Yeah.
Grossman.
And one of them is his high school sweetheart that had a cute little overbite by the name
Yep.
of
Like
Marcy
an
Grossman.
adorable little chipmunk.
Chipmunk. Yeah. And, he's really being, okay, he is actually being a nice guy at this moment. But, we're going to get to this. So from that scene, we then go over to the chem lab. And the chem lab is the day that we're going to start throwing down on Monty's Monty. Actually, no, before that, sorry. It switches over to the boys' apartment and they're watching obviously on YouTube or a video of Kripke killer disintegrating a Chevy Cavalier to rubble. And they're like, "Oh my God!" And they're like, "No, no, we've got to call this off." And Sheldon's like, "No, no, no, it's a matter of honor. We can't call
We've
this
already
off."
accepted the
We've got,
challenge.
yeah,
And I love how Raj looks at him. He says, we just watched his robot have angry sex with a
sex.
mid-sized car.
Exactly. How are we going to do that? And
Uh,
of course, this is where he goes, "We can make some modifications." And Sheldon goes over to the toolbox and says, "Does anybody know how to open the toolbox?"
Toolbox.
So obviously we've got no idea because this is all Howard's design. So
Yeah.
Howard's done this. He's got everything that you would need to do to possibly try and be in a robot battle. But this is the problem that we're going to have. So this is where they decide they've got to call this off. The next scene we see is that they're in the chem lab and they're about to have a battle with, or was it no, was it before then? No, I'm sorry. It was we go from them watching it to the next scene we see as we're in Howard's bedroom, and Howard
Yeah,
is
yeah.
in the middle of telling Penny about all the girls that have basically rejected him,
Rejected him.
and the biggest one was his high school sweetheart, Marcy Grossman, who had this cute little overbite like a
Yeah.
chipmunk.
And he wrote a song for her and dedicated
Ah,
it to her at the school talent show.
yeah,
And I can see him singing that for her and thinking he was trying to be romantic, and I get that. But at that age, for him to single her out like that, she would have been so embarrassed and mortified.
yeah, very humiliated.
And apparently she came up and spat in his hair afterward and was
Yeah,
like, never speak to me again.
but of course, you've got to think to yourself that you've got to have a fair amount of confidence in yourself to do that because he sings the song for Penny.
Yeah.
So, you think to yourself, and then of course after that he starts going on after he finishes the song, he goes on to the next person, but we don't find out who that person is because Penny stops him and says, that he really is a good guy at heart. He just tries too hard to get girls.
Yeah.
And, you see
And
at
he's
that,
like, well, look at me. If I don't try hard, what chance have I got?
yeah, and she says, "I really like this guy. The guy that you're showing me is the guy that I really like. He's
It's
a
like,
really
this
nice
is the
guy."
first time I've had a conversation with you since we met.
Yeah.
And yeah, and it's like I'm with her. I like that guy.
unfortunately, that guy disappears very quickly
Yeah.
because as now the camera is towards him and then faces towards Penny. So you've got close-up shots of both of the
So,
actors.
okay, so the close-up on him shows him closing his eyes, opening his mouth, and starting to move in for a kiss.
Mm-hmm.
Then it switches to Penny, who suddenly realizes what he's doing and starts to look phenomenally horrified.
Mm-hmm. And then has that wind up with her
Yep.
fist, and you can see she's like "Are you kidding me?" And she's just,
Poof.
and
Yeah.
you can see that the fist coming in towards the camera.
Yep.
We don't know what happens at the end of that because after that scene, we go into the lab, and we are now, and of course they're now inspecting,
Yeah.
Kripke's robot. And we find that the only modification that Sheldon actually did was put new batteries in the remote control. And so they've got the robots on the main floor, and Kripke goes into obviously it's a protective area where if you're doing something with lasers or whatever, you got to be behind a protective shield or whatever. So there's a separate area that they go in and they close the door. And
It's interesting that they're wearing goggles even behind the
yeah,
glass.
that was interesting. But so this is where Sheldon says that this is no, Leonard says it's standard robotic fighting rules.
Rules apply. And Kripke's like, no, there's no rules here.
This
This
is a
is a
street
street
fight.
fight. The street have no rules.
Yeah. So so where they decide to go on the count of three. One, three, two, one, go. So they do. And all everything starts up and Monty's got the circular saw and that's starting to spin. Goes towards Kripke's robot, and this is where Raj is getting into it. He's like, "Yep, yep, you've got this, Sheldon, you've got this." They go, and Monty is going up towards Kripke's robot, and then all of a sudden, Kripke fires a
Well,
flamethrower.
no, it's like he can't do anything that we don't expect or whatever. And
That's
then
right,
suddenly the flamethrower comes on, and
and
Sheldon's like, didn't see
that's
that
new.
coming.
That's new. And this is where you see Monty turn around and start to hightail it away, and Raj's like, "Go, Monty, go, go!" Of course, Monty blasts through the laboratory door with Kripke's robot following them. Then we get a long shot of a hallway where Monty is coming towards the camera with Kripke's robot right behind it, and Sheldon's running along with the remote control, going, "Don't hurt us! Don't hurt us!" And we see that Kripke's running behind with his remote control. So we can see obviously there's going to be a battle that's going to happen, but we don't get a chance to see it.
Yeah, actually, I think it was when they were watching the video of Kripke's robot
Yeah, having angry
online
sex.
where we're having angry sex with a mid-sized car. Which is a great line. I don't know how
Oh
Kunal
God.
Nayar kept a straight face on that one. But if um the main thing was they were like, well, if you want to add something, how about a bladder
Oh yes, that's right.
and
Because
underwear so he can wet
yeah, so
himself?
Monty can wet himself. Because
Yeah.
there's no way in hell we're going to be able to beat that if he's actually destroying a Chevy
Yeah.
Cavalier to rubble, as he says. So the next scene we see, because Sheldon has not conceded defeat. Monty is absolutely destroyed by Kripke's robot. Now, Kripke
Yep.
did say before the fight started, if you want to concede and give me your robot, then we'll
Yep.
call it even.
Yep.
And this is where Sheldon goes, never. This is going to be a fight to the death. And that's when Kripke says that can be easily arranged, which obviously we find out it did
It
because
did. Yeah.
Monty is destroyed
Yeah.
completely.
Yep.
So the guys return home and Sheldon tries to fix Monty and he's like, you know, I blame myself. This was all my fault. And Raj is like, no one's arguing with you,
No one's
dude.
arguing with you, dude.
Yeah, because you've just
Because you
destroyed
could
this
tell
room.
Sheldon was trying to get sympathy and he said it
Yeah.
like twice and everybody nobody's saying anything. So finally Raj is like, nobody's disagreeing with you, dude.
Ah. So we see that Howard comes rushing into the apartment saying, "Okay, I just got your text. How bad is it?" Along with Penny is coming, of course. And Leonard looks at Howard and goes, "Forget the robot. What happened to you?" Now, Howard has got two black eyes and he's
Yep.
got tape across his nose with a bit of tissue up his nose, obviously to stop bleeding.
Yep.
And this is where Penny says, "Oh, he fell in the tub."
Yep.
And she and he
In
and
the
there's
bathroom and he's like, yeah, I hit my face on the tub.
yeah. And he says, actually, what happened is, I was sucker punch when you weren't looking by the tub,
Well, no,
and
and then she said, because she says, and now you know what happens if you don't respect the bathtub.
that's right. And he says, yeah, they sucker punch you when you're not looking.
Yeah.
And so this is where Sheldon says to Howard, it's all right. Like you can fix it, can't you? And he goes, yeah, a little duct tape here, some electrical tape there. Are you kidding me? He said, I've seen stuff crash to Earth,
From
like from
space
space. That's
in
actually it
better
looks better
shape,
shape than
that
this
land
is.
in better shape.
And Sheldon goes, yeah, I understand. He's Monty's gone. We'll bury him in the morning. Howard, you'll say something. Leonard, you'll play your cello. And this is where Penny comes back and says, "What are you so upset about? It's just a silly robot." And Sheldon starts breaking down in tears. And he goes, "Just a robot," and he walks into his bedroom. And this is where Leonard looks at Penny and goes, "Penny," and she goes, "Oh, yep, I've got
On
it."
it.
And starts to walk towards the bedroom and says, "Sheldon," and this is where Leonard says, "What actually happened about what happened to Howard?" And he goes, "Well, as far as I'm concerned, I am halfway to pity sex."
Yes.
The episode goes black, and that is the end of the episode. Now, what I want to ask the entire family is, is Howard thinking I'm halfway to pity sex with any woman, or I'm halfway to pity sex with Penny? I personally think he already knows that Penny has got boundaries, that he has already been slugged in the face by Penny. I don't believe that he's going to try a second time with Penny. She's actually established boundaries. So his idea is, with all the damage that she's done to my face, I've got a black eye, basically a broken nose, a tissue up my nose. I can go out and any woman is going to sit there and say, "Oh my God, what happened to you?" That's the halfway to pity sex.
Disagree completely.
Really? You
Mm-hmm.
really think that he's still got a shot with Penny?
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't believe that. I really believe that it's any woman out there. If you've been slugged in the face by a woman, why and you know that she is not interested in you, she's
Because he's
hurt
going to
you.
think that she feels bad and she's going to give him pity sex.
No,
Oh,
this is
okay. What this shows,
yeah.
male privilege,
Okay, in what
because
regard?
you've never had to deal with people like Howard hitting on you.
No, I haven't.
Exactly.
Nobody's ever hit on me, so I don't. It doesn't.
Excuse me?
Other than other than you, but I was so dumb I didn't know about it. Then again, you didn't know about it either. I was hitting on you too. We were both clueless together. But outside of you and I, before I met you, if there were women that were hitting on me, I was clueless. No idea.
Yeah,
Not a
but my
chance.
point is that you've never had to deal with a creepy ass like Howard.
Okay, so if there was a woman that was, and I would never ever hit a woman, but if I had slugged somebody, saying there is no chance in hell that I've emotionally abused them, and then they've gone in for a kiss and I've slugged them in the face, does that person really think that I'm going to turn around and give them pity sex?
People like Howard would.
Oh my God. I personally think no. I personally think that Howard has got the whole mindset of I'm not going to go near Penny because I know that she is not going to take my advances, but I believe a woman out there will see the damage that she's done. I can then say that I was hit by such and such and I'll get pity sex out of them, not necessarily Penny. So, people, there is an extra bonus question this week, okay? The bonus question is, do you believe that Howard has still got his sights set on Penny for sex, or do you think pity sex is taking Penny out of the equation, anybody else? I personally think that. I don't see it as pity sex towards Penny. I just I just don't see it. But I could be wrong.
Yep.
So but yeah, as I said, this episode is good. It's doesn't move the characters along quite a lot, but it does show you that Penny has boundaries that you cannot cross, that Howard has crossed. So he actually knows now that there is that don't push her too far.
Mm-hmm.
So there is you are starting to establish, but you are establishing also that we already know that Howard is creepy. He's just got an extra layer of creepiness on top of that, which is amazing that you think of how Howard actually became in the end, the kind of person that he became,
Mm-hmm.
you know. But that was more to do with his partner, which we'll get to eventually.
Eventually, yeah.
But there is the added question. Do you really think that Howard has got the whole idea of he's still got his sights set on Penny, or now that she has, physically assaulted him and she says, now you know, do you really think that he's still going to try after her,
I
or going to
do.
use the pity sex for any other girl? So,
I do. Nope. I think he's got still has Penny in
okay.
his sights.
Well, I would really love to hear the family's
Yeah,
idea
me
about
too.
this one. That's something that we would really like the family to engage
Yeah,
in with
we'd
us.
really like to hear from you, whether you want to email us at
Perpetual Motion Squad 00, that's the number 00 at gmail.com.
comment on the Facebook page, um,
On the YouTube video.
on the YouTube video,
Yep.
on Spotify, or you
Yep.
can also just message us on Facebook.
Yeah. There's plenty of ways to
Yeah.
get to us. We are available for you guys.
Yep.
So do we have any? Well, I'm gonna lead into your last little bit of your fun
Okay,
facts
well,
and
we
crazy
had
critters.
one lunch at Caltech, so not
Yep.
a very food heavy episode.
No.
Um, and Chuck Lorre Productions number 235 for your consideration.
Okay.
Spoiler alert. It's that time of year when movie studios seeking Oscar nominations for their films start asking for my consideration. Every trade, ad, and mailing begins with the words, for your consideration. It's kind of a Hollywood tradition. Anyway, this is what I've considered so far. These are the films. Milk was a well meaning gay guy shot to death by a homophobe. Sean Penn was brilliant in that, by the
He
way. I
was.
believe he won Best Actor that year.
Yeah. Sean Penn's a great actor.
Yeah. Kind of a jerk in real life, but a good
Yeah.
actor.
But yeah.
Doubt, a really mean nun accuses a really terrific priest of being a pedophile. Revolutionary Road, a married couple fight a lot, cheat on each other, and then the wife bleeds to death following a botched abortion. Damn it, I still haven't seen that movie yet, and I didn't need to know
Wow.
that part. I
Holy
wanted
crap.
to see that too.
Okay.
Slumdog Millionaire, incredibly poor kid subjected to unthinkable evil but with a happy ending.
Yep.
Defiance, starving Jews fight Nazis in the woods.
Haven't seen that one.
Neither have I. I'd like to see that one
Hmm.
though. The Wrestler, a broken down, over the hill wrestler on steroids, has a tough life.
I saw that one. That is great. Mickey Rourke was amazing in that
Yeah.
movie.
Changeling, a woman's son is abducted and the police put her in an insane asylum because she believes the kid sent back to her is not hers. That was actually a really good movie. It's with Angelina Jolie.
That wasn't the remake of the original Changeling, was it?
No, The Changeling was with George C. Scott,
Yeah.
and it's a completely different movie.
Oh, okay. Because I like that one. I like George C. Scott one.
Yeah, that one was a really good movie, but the
Yeah.
one with Angelina Jolie was really good too.
Okay. Haven't seen that
Grant
one.
Gran Torino, a dying widower commits suicide to help his neighbor.
Saw that one. That's
Benjamin
with Clint
Button.
Eastwood.
Yep, it is. Benjamin Button, a guy grows old in reverse and then dies.
Yep, saw that one. Yep.
That was a really interesting
It
movie.
was interesting because at one stage they both reached the same age at the same time.
Yeah. Rachel getting married, a drug addict kills her baby brother and then pisses off her family during a wedding.
Okay.
And The Reader, Nazi atrocities, underage sex, and illiteracy proved to be a lethal combo.
Hmm. Okay.
So what am I considering? Well, for a moment or two, I actually considered hanging myself. And I thought if I do that, the movies win.
Well, there we go. There are some great movies in there, but as I said, one of the surprising ones that I really thought to myself, am I really gonna watch it, was The Wrestler, and I'm glad I did.
Yeah.
Marissa Tomei was a decent actress in that movie,
I
but
still
the
haven't seen that one yet.
but the we've got it if you ever want to
Yeah.
watch it. But the standout actor was
Was Mickey
definitely
Rourke.
Mickey Rourke,
Yeah, I'd still like to see Milk too. I feel like the world's coming back to making that relevant again.
unfortunately. Yeah.
Yeah. And Doubt sounds interesting as well.
Mm,
But anyway, our question of the week.
yes.
If your younger self built a killer robot, what totally unnecessary but potentially hilarious feature would it have?
I was thinking about this. What would I actually make? Now I could throw lasers in there, but yeah, I mean you could have that as a basis of your robot anyway. I don't know. I something that would fire out at the something that will shoot out. So if you've
Like the
got,
flamethrower,
well, I mean, if you've
or
got a flamethrower, but something you could add to it that's totally
you could
unnecessary.
add Nerf bullets and it would distract it while you came in for the kill.
Okay, Nerf bullets it is. Well,
Oh, okay. You have to tell them about our idea that we had watching the parade yesterday with the little driving thing.
oh my God. So they have these little like cupcakes and stuff like that that people sit in and drive. So it's just a cupcake, you know,
On wheels.
on wheels basically. Now,
And of course, I
my
was
first,
loving the cupcakes, and I'm like, I'd drive one of those.
yeah, but I took it a step further.
We could not stop laughing about this last
It
night
it
to the
took us,
point where the dog had to come over and check if I was okay.
yeah, because it took us a while to actually try and calm down.
Oh, it was
So
hilarious.
now this thing only goes maybe at a push. If you're pushing it to the flat of the floor, maybe 5 miles an hour, maybe seven if you're really pushing it,
Yeah.
right? Maybe even 10 at a
Yeah,
stretch.
I think it no, I think it goes between 10 and 15 miles an hour.
Okay,
What
but
that
it's
is in
going pretty
kilometers, I
slow,
couldn't tell you,
right?
but yeah, it's slow.
So my first thought was, and Kat would love to be driving this, right? So I could imagine the
Looks
cat,
like so much fun.
but I could see that at 59th Street, Kat takes a left and goes out of the parade and starts hooning it down a highway towards New Jersey
Towards the
with a
bridge,
with
towards
a
the
whole
George
lot of
Washington
patrol
Bridge.
cars flying behind her in the world's slowest police chase ever. Now when we were laughing at this and we are like, okay, that would be, and then she comes out with, well, hang on a minute, what
It
do we
would
take
be
the police
even
cars away?
funnier if the police were chasing me on bicycles because I'm so slow.
And it was, you can imagine them going, okay, well, at some stage she's going to have to run out of fuel. And it's like, and one of the police officers was sitting there going, well, I hope she runs out of fuel before I run out of legs because I'm getting tired. But you can see this world's slowest police chase, a cupcake being chased by police cars heading towards New Jersey. That would just be, I would pay money. I mean, I even said to Kat, I would bail her out of jail just to say that I saw that chase.
And yeah, you can just see the helicopter filming it.
We're in the world's slowest police chase following a cupcake.
And the world's cutest police chase.
Yeah, that actually hightailed it out of the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. We've identified her as the name Cat that is now driving the stolen cupcake down the highway. Oh, that would be brilliant. But yeah, it took us a good, yeah, it took us a while to stop
Yeah, it took
giggling
us a
about
good
that.
10 minutes to stop laughing.
And as Kat said, even Oliver came over to see what the hell we were giggling about
Yeah, I
because
usually
we
don't make that much noise.
it was just one of those. I think it was one of those dead joke moments that really landed
It
quite
was
well.
hilarious.
But yeah,
Okay, it misses something without the visual, but man,
it
that was
does.
funny.
But if you go and watch the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade and see one of the cupcakes driving, and obviously it's just a cupcake, you can't see the driver. Think about Kat driving that down the highway
Yep,
with a whole lot of
definitely.
squad of patrol cars chasing her in the world's slowest police chase ever.
The
But
world's
it was
cutest
so
police
cute,
chase.
very, very cute. So
Yep.
yeah, I think we've stretched out this podcast quite a
About
lot
as
now.
far as we can. Okay, so
Yeah, so that's what I would do. Probably, as you said, we would put Nerf bullets in the front to fire at the opposing person while we Kripke kill it.
by the Kripke Quipla.
Yeah, we would kill the other robot. So yes, if you want to answer that, email us directly at perpetualmotionsquad00@gmail.com or everywhere else where you know that you've actually heard us say it. So
Yep. And if you want to contribute to sending us a coffee because you're enjoying the podcast or my jail fund or my fund,
your bail money
my
now.
cupcake bail fund.
Yep, your cupcake bail money. Yep, because you'll need to get out of jail
There
somehow.
are PayPal me links everywhere in the show notes, on the Facebook page, in the Facebook group. If you haven't joined those two already, please do because this is a lot of fun.
And if you want to follow us on YouTube, like we've had 12 subscribers on
Yep.
that one, come and watch us on YouTube. We
And if you
drop
haven't
it every
done
week.
already, please leave us a like and a review wherever you listen to or watch this
Yes.
podcast because that does help other people find us.
And remember, the 20th of December is the
Yep.
cutoff day. So today, when it drops, is the 1st of December. You've now got 20 days left to
Yep.
want to be in the draw. We've got 4 people. So these people have got 1 in 4 chance.
Yep.
So if you want to join, just send us a message to say I want to be in the Christmas giveaway.
Yep.
So,
And
and you wait to see
yeah.
what it is.
So that it's hilarious. I love it.
It is
I
awesome,
actually said to Paul, I want you to order two so I can have one.
which I did. She's getting one.
All right. So anyway, we are loving having you as part of the family. We're grateful that you're here. We'll see you next time for season 2, episode 13, The Friendship Algorithm. Which is another really good episode featuring Barry Kripke.
Yep.
And in the meantime, we'll catch up with you at the Cheesecake Factory.
Bye, everyone.